Wait. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the second episode this week of the Football is King podcast. We're talking about professional football today. And let me tell you, we had a lot of deaths out there on the football field this week when it comes to the quarterback position. Right as Jonathan watches a video of a guy dying on an ice hockey rink.
That's gnarly.
It's bad.
It looks
I've
like
seen one just like this before, but
it looks
Yeah,
like
it's the
dude did it
goalie
on
that got-
purpose too.
Yeah. So Blake and I were discussing whether or not apparently this guy has a history of some cheap shots, and it seems like that skate goes a little high on purpose.
oh, I didn't even notice he like roundhouse kicked him with that.
Yes,
skate.
Yeah, it's bad.
literally, he was dead within probably 10 seconds.
Yeah, so not a
Oh
great
my
start to the podcast,
God.
but yeah, we're looking at a video of a hockey guy that unfortunately used to play for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and those of you who have listened to this podcast know I love the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's the
Scored
one
a goal for the Penguins.
One fair weather fan sport that I am for is hockey, where I liked the Penguins because they were good when I first got into hockey because Kansas City doesn't have a team. But yeah, unfortunately, there was a player that was playing in England. He used to play for the Penguins, but he died because, hockey's one of those weird sports where every player is a freak athlete, but also has a knife attached to his foot. And he's got 2 feet, so there's 2 knives out there. So
Right.
His jersey.
We're a big Austin Ice Bats podcast.
we loved the Austin Ice Bats. Now we're on Team Go Texas Stars. Their season just started. I don't know if they're doing any good or anything, but T's and P's to that guy's family. But let's get into the good stuff.
That is wild.
There's only one place to start in the NFL this weekend, and it is with those amazing purple Vikings, and it's just so sad. Kirk Cousins, the number 1 fantasy football quarterback this year, torn Achilles
The
in
people's
just a
quarterback.
dominant
The
win.
people's quarterback.
The people, yeah, he's the darling from the quarterback show from last year. They would not have won their division because the Lions are just dominating, but they probably would have made the playoffs.
I think there's something going on.
Yep.
There's been 4 Achilles tears. I don't remember that happens so often.
Yeah, a lot of quarterback Achilles tears too.
Hope
J.K.
them Dolphins start.
Raj,
I hope them Dolphins start fornicating quite a bit so they can all heal up.
I did hear
Yeah.
that Rodgers talked with Cousins today to figure out what his next steps were.
Yeah, but you know what? Kirk's got those two lovely masseuses or whatever that come to his the couple.
Yeah, now
And,
they're out of work for a while. Dang it.
Yeah,
They're gonna heal his Achilles. They're gonna.
Yeah,
hook
he's
up
gonna
those-
he's gonna need multiple leg massages per day.
That one was weird because he didn't really even do anything weird. It just
it just went.
And
Yeah,
even
you
look
see it.
at- But the video, like if you look at the video, it wasn't bad. Like you would never have expected that. Like
And it's honestly terrible because the Vikings started off the season pretty terribly, but their defense is playing great. Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks. Jordan Addison is playing out of his mind at wide receiver, and they're on a win streak without Justin Jefferson. So like they're a team that was possibly primed for a run, and then they lose their quarterback. So like now
they
they're
got
dead.
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, they're dead.
does that pretty much make their mind up that you got to sit Jefferson the rest of the year now, right? Like
They
you
won't.
don't
No.
They just traded for Dobbs. They're gonna try to see what he can do.
look. I know he's a rocket scientist. and all,
I don't
but
get it. I don't get their play. They're 4-4. I don't get their play. They have zero chance of winning their division. And
Yeah.
they could maybe win a playoff game, but they're never going to win the Super Bowl. Why are they trading at the deadline? If anything, when Kirk Cousins went down, they should have been the ultimate sellers. They could have just dominated.
Plus, didn't they draft a quarterback like in the 4th round or 3rd round?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they could have selected.
Maybe Dobbs is coming in to be the backup for a couple weeks to learn the system.
He doesn't need a couple weeks. He's proven that he can come in and learn the system in 2 days. He's
Oh yeah, I mean
So
1-7 is
Lions
really
already won the
good.
Division, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
It's over.
they could have collected a lot of draft picks.
I mean, they could have got a fortune for Danielle Hunter. Harrison Smith could have went. I mean, they got some talent that they could trade away.
They traded one of their linemen, I think.
Yeah.
Hawkinson. I mean, they could have just sold the barn and just been loaded with talent. Because, I mean, what, Kirk's 35?
39.
No, he's not.
No.
No, 37,
Aaron Rodgers is 40.
36, 37.
The problem is he comes back next year.
He's
like,
35. I was correct.
He's in a
He's 35.
contract year. He's not coming back next year.
Probably not. Also, even if he does, he's probably going to miss the beginning at least of next year too. It's almost November.
Well, it depends on what kind of
Modality. It depends on the modality of treatment,
What does that mean?
like the method by which you treat.
I would have
So
traded. I would have
ayahuasca
traded
and
players.
Dolphins.
Yes,
He'll be
that's the
back
modality.
in 3 weeks.
See, if I'm the Vikings, I would have traded either of my top people that I could get picks for to the Texans or the Bears, because the Texans and Bears have 2 picks next year, right? Or is it the Cardinals and Bears? 2 of the teams. It's possible that they could have the
Bears
Bears.
do.
It might be the Bears and the Cardinals.
The Texans.
Yeah,
gave
it's the
theirs to
Cardinals.
get-
The Cardinals have the Texans pick.
Yeah.
So they have 2 first-round picks to get rid of that are going to be high draft picks. And I would have traded away Daniil Hunter or somebody to one of those teams.
If I was the Vikings, everyone would have been for sale except for Justin Jefferson. Everyone would have been for sale.
The Raiders should have blew it up.
And Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, you got to keep. That dude's a stud. And he's young and he's cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're
I don't know why the Vikings didn't blow it up. Oh, is it because Kevin O'Connell's an idiot? All right, probably. Let's keep it going. The Jaguars have won 5 straight games.
They picked up an offensive lineman today.
Yeah, they picked up an offensive lineman. We'll talk about all the trades later. I got all of the players that were traded on deadline day. We'll talk about our thoughts on all of them. So we got to kind of fly through the games a little bit faster because we got a little bit more to talk about today than normal. But the Jaguars, they started off right. They had all this hype at the beginning of the year after they made a good
I picked
playoff
them to
run
go to the
last year.
Super Bowl.
And you might not be wrong, Shane, because their defense looks real good. Their offense is
balling out.
Their offense is kind of turning the ball over a little too much. But
They
this
did have-
week,
they fumbled 3 times.
this week was really ugly weather.
Yeah.
They might be a good football team.
They might be a good football team. They looked really bad at the beginning of the year, and now they've won 5 straight, and they're a team to kind of be careful with in the AFC.
And they play in a bad division, so
And they play in
Exactly.
an awful division, so who knows what's going to happen.
They're going to win that division.
Also, they didn't win their division last year, did they?
no,
Or did
no.
they got it
I
in the
don't-
last, or did they win it on the last day of the year?
I think they won it on the last day of the year. So they played the Chargers week 1, so they had to be division winners.
Yeah, at home.
And they beat the Chargers after coming down from like 27-0 or
I
whatever.
believe it was
They're
a
gonna win that
Titans. It was Titans Jags night game
Yes.
on like a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to win their division this year.
Oh, for sure. It's not even going to be
Not
close.
even close. Unless Will Levis can just rattle off like 10 straight.
Nah,
wins here.
once the tape gets out on Will Levis, they'll be bad.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes. All right. Speaking of teams that are on a hot streak, the Cincinnati Bengals are back.
Yeah.
They
I
are
think
back.
so, too.
They are back.
Joe
Now-
Burrow.
Hey, we're going to find out this week if they are back because they play the Bills at home. And
There's
the
some
line,
good football games.
dude, the
this
line is just going to be – the line's going to end up at like the Bengals -6.5. And it's insane because I'm going to take the Bills plus 6.5 if that happens.
Thing is, Joe Burrow looks.
He
hell of a
does.
sudden.
But also, they beat the Niners, but they beat the Niners without Debo.
They kind of murdered.
And the stats show that Brock Purdy without Debo is useless.
Yeah, he will throw some interceptions. That's for sure.
Yeah. But I'm more concerned about the Niners defense.
Yeah, they're getting gashed.
They're getting gashed, which they did the right thing, right? Bosa's not getting any sacks this year.
No,
So what they do? Go get Chase Young.
Chase Young
I
hasn't done anything.
It doesn't matter. He's decent enough, though, that you would think that it's just extra talent to push guys.
And I guess if you're playing opposite of Bosa, suddenly you're probably pretty good.
right? And he's naturally plays on the right end anyway, so I think it's a good pickup.
Oh, for sure. You got to have anyone to distract against Bosa. But
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I have not heard of Chase Young. He's probably missed more games than he's played for one. That's part of the problem.
But is it
So
Washington?
that's the problem. If Chase Young
is
can't
his
stay
problem
healthy-
Washington?
That's true. Washington does have problems with their medical
They
staff.
also just have problems. Washington just has problems.
Hey, they got a new owner now. Everyone knows the Philadelphia 76ers are a really well-run
I was going to
organization.
say, they really proved it in Philly. The process really worked.
And then they got the guy who beat AIDS also as one of their owners. So
Yeah. All right. Hey, have y'all heard the 49ers stat that is just it's my favorite thing ever, and I would love to. So Kyle Shanahan, right? Boy genius, best coach ever. Would you like to guess Kyle Shanahan's record when losing entering the fourth quarter?
1 in
12.
19.
Oh, try 0-39.
Oh,
whoa.
The 49ers are 0-39 when losing entering the fourth quarter.
so I should always bet the team that's winning. That's what
Yep.
they're telling
That's
Oh,
insane.
and 39?
0-39 with one of the most stacked lineups in all of football
Yeah.
me. That team was bizarre. Like, there's got to be a reason for that. I'm just not sure what
because
it
they
is.
don't have a good quarterback ever.
Yeah.
The Niners are built to play from in front, play good defense, and have the offense keep being able to do a good job of running the ball and play action pass. When Brock Purdy is just set to where he has to drop back on every play, they suck.
6.
Dude, Purdy is showing he's not it.
Yeah, he's been bad the past 3 weeks.
I will
He's been
I
very
will say I've seen multiple people talk in the past couple days about how the Niners should be sad that they got rid of Trey Lance. I still don't think that
No,
Trey Lance
gosh, no.
was.
Brock Purdy is
I
still
don't-
way better for that system than Trey Lance is.
Yes, I don't get that theory of acting like Trey Lance is suddenly better than Brock Purdy. Trey
Purdy
Lance is
just
not
turns the
showing-
ball. Purdy turns the ball over in the fourth quarter when he's trying to push it. Trey Lance will turn it over 7 times a game.
Purdy did the same thing at Iowa State, though. That's what I don't get. Like
Nah,
if he plays
Purdy
from
was
behind,
clutch at Iowa State.
He also
He
in
beat
the
Texas a
NFL has
couple
never-
times.
He rarely has to play from behind ever in the NFL. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, they got to get their defense figured out because it's the same. I think the Niners are very similar to the Cowboys. Their defense is built to where their defensive line is supposed to dominate. And then when in games that they don't dominate, they can be had.
yeah.
Like the Cowboys this week just looked absolutely dominant against the Rams because the Rams couldn't block. But this week, the Cowboys are going to go play the Eagles.
You don't bet $1 on that game.
And, dude, stay away from this game no matter what side you want to take. Stay away.
Wait.
I mean,
Fire beware.
if you're going to bet a side, bet the Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Eagles haven't really. They're not impressing me, but also the Cowboys. I don't know what to make from a week-to-week basis. I have no clue what to make of them.
I don't think that the Cowboys can get any pass rush, and AJ Brown is just on a mission right now.
He does look like a beast.
He will single-handedly carry a team to the Super Bowl right now because it's not Jalen Hurts.
No, he made 2 incredible catches,
Yep.
touchdowns.
Hey, speaking of that game,
Did Washington figure out the tush push?
well, yes
fumble.
and no, because then they did the fake tush push for a touchdown. So,
Well, yeah.
but also the commies are really good at playing the Eagles. They've played them close twice.
Sam Howell,
Yeah.
that's the only 2 good games he ever plays is the Eagles.
Well, also somehow Sam Howell is the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, but he's barely been sacked against the Eagles, which makes no sense.
Oh, but last week he was sacked, 10 times, 8 times?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, when the Eagles have the most jacked defensive unit, one of them out there.
The Eagles secondary is atrocious.
Yeah, that's where Dak's going to tear.
If you can block their defensive line for 3 seconds, you will put up 40+ points.
Which is exactly what Sam Howell did.
That's exactly, yeah. All right. And it brought up the Eagles commies game brought up, we talked about it a week or 2 ago. The 4th down rule in the NFL needs to be looked at. It needs to be looked at. So if you don't know the play in question, it's fourth down for the Eagles. They throw it to Devontae Smith, and he drops it. It's not a catch. However, because it was ruled a catch, it was not automatically reviewed. And our boy, Riverboat Ron, who is currently the stupidest coach in the NFL,
He's so far from a riverboat, it's unbelievable.
he doesn't throw the challenge flag, so it doesn't get looked at. However, if it was flipped, if they would have ruled it incomplete, it would have automatically been reviewed.
Yep.
That rule needs to be looked at immediately.
Agreed. Did you hear Ron Rivera's explanation, though?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he
And I
said
didn't see it on the Jumbotron. Ron, they're sprinting to the line for a reason.
Yeah.
They're
And
not
it's-
doing that for fun.
At that point, like there's certain if it's in the first quarter, let it go.
he's
But at
lost
that point in the
touch.
game, you gotta just throw
Throw
it
the flag.
just because it's pivotal. It's a pivotal
Or at
play.
the very least, call a timeout and look it up on the Jumbotron.
He's lost touch. He's lost it.
He's gone. He's toast. See you.
This
I mean,
is-
you say that, but does he have like dirt on freaking Magic as well?
But Josh
And
Smith,
Josh Harris or whatever
Josh
his name
Harris
is?
or whatever is here, so I think he can go.
He might know who gave Magic.
But
eight.
he should already be gone. Like this is like the 8th moment this year that Ron looks like an idiot.
Yeah, but I think the trade deadline kind of showed they're selling out now.
Yeah, but also like I mean, this is the 3rd time in a post-game press conference that he has basically just said, "I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah, literally.
Okay,
So
but
how has he not been fired?
here's my thing. The trade deadline, I know we're going to talk about it, but like what Blake said, can't Ron sit back and look at what they're doing at the trade deadline? And he's got to know, looking at it, like, shit, I'm screwed. We're all
You ought to
screwed.
fire him. You ought to fire him and let Bieniemy run the ship for the last half the season and see what happens.
See, yeah.
Bad things will happen. I can tell you that.
Maybe so, but at least then you know.
The players don't like Bieniemy. Remember that? He's too
Yes.
harsh.
He's too harsh. Oh, gosh, what a soft organization.
Just divas.
You want to talk about 10
Hey, at
playoffs
least
and-
they don't have a glass staircase that they're got guys standing under so that they can look up the skirts of their female employees anymore.
Yeah, that's a good idea not to do that.
what
At
a
least they
dumpster
got rid
fire.
of Dan Snyder because
He's sitting
golly,
on
what a
the
scumbag.
Mediterranean right now, so he doesn't get extradited back to the U.S.
I'm afraid that he's been just like taken out by a CIA hit team and we just haven't heard about it.
He probably has. Roger Goodell.
Or, sorry, not a CIA hit team. It's like Jerry Jones and Robert
Roger
Kraft have
Goodell.
been like, hey, here you go, bud.
Yeah, this is your time.
You want to talk about people throwing stones in a glass house?
And
Them two.
well, he stole all their money. You think they're gonna get upset about them getting their money stolen? They're gonna be ticked.
If Jerry Jones needs an idea on how to get rid of Snyder, just call Connor.
That's exactly. Stallion,
Well
Connor
done.
Stallion will get it done.
Connor Stallion is a man of mystery, a man of many skills. I think he could easily become a NFL hitman.
Except
Call
for
the Stal.
except for he will be obviously caught every time. That's the
Yeah, he'll
best
be wearing
part.
like a fake mustache. And
Yeah, he'll be like Tom
that's-
Selleck mustache,
Nah,
a
it-
shirt that says "Not a Hitman," and
He'll
then he'll
be-
just be walking around and like blah 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 blah.
he'll be Johnny Football in Vegas. He'll be Johnny Football in Vegas.
Not Johnny Football. That's fine.
All right, let's get to the section where we talk about our football teams.
Saints are winning the Super Bowl.
I don't want to talk about mine.
So that's great because my first question is about the Las Vegas Raiders, and the question is, are they even worth talking about?
No,
No.
They're so bad. Dude, I
Daniel's fat neck.
Hey,
TV.
how? So there,
had 2 conversations today
go for
with
it.
2 separate fucking people in random conversation. 2 separate people in the gym. We're talking about the Raiders. And I was like, I just like interrupted. I was like, are y'all Raider fans? And they're like, no, but I can't figure out why they're wasting Devontae Adams' talent. And I was like, dude, I can't figure it out. I'm a Raider fan. We let Derek Carr fucking go.
Let his
Like,
best
didn't
friend
trade
go.
him, didn't do shit. We just let him walk. For what? For
Josh
what?
like him.
We didn't get better. We
Yeah,
got
but-
worse. We got significantly worse. Like, unbelievably bad. Hunter Renfrow doesn't touch a fucking ball.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Something happened there.
Hey, what
I
I'll
think
give
Jimmy
Devontae-
G is a racist. Jimmy G's a racist. I'm starting this rumor. He's a racist. He's not throwing to Hunter because Hunter's white.
So he's a reverse racist.
He's a reverse racist. He's so much
he doesn't throw to
anti-racist.
Devontae Adams either.
Devontae had one target last
Dude.
night.
And I don't feel bad. Like
He's a
the
reverse racist and a racist.
the way Devontae Adams walked off the field last
Oh,
night.
it was
Oh,
sick.
I was
done.
like, dude, I do not blame him if he's like,
No,
fuck this
no.
organization.
Devontae,
What are we doing?
you ready for the hot take? Devontae is not the player that the Raiders should have traded at the deadline. They should have traded Max Crosby.
Oh
No,
yeah.
what do you no?
Dude, no, y'all are in tank mode.
He's our only good player.
Exactly.
No, Devontae Adams is a better player.
No, currently our roster relies on Max.
Correct. But
Yes.
do you know how much you could have bled a team for Max Crosby?
Oh no, for sure. And that's like a full we have to rebuild, but right now we really just need offensive line and a quarterback.
The 49ers, you could have given them, they went and got Chase Young. They would have given you every pick that they've ever had for the rest of time for Max
Dude,
Crosby.
it's so
Max Crosby and Nick Bosa on two sides
That
of the
would be
line. Oh
horrible.
my gosh.
horrifying.
You know one thing.
Or the Cowboys.
You want to know one thing I'll give Devontae Adams credit for is because if I was him, I would have been telling him I'm not playing the rest of the year unless you trade me.
I think he asked for it. I think the Raiders came out at what time
Early.
did that game end last
Early.
night?
Yeah.
Like 11 o'clock p.m. Central. I think they came out at 11:05 and said we're not trading Devontae because I think Devontae walked in the locker room and said "F y'all, get rid of me,"
Dude,
and they said
see-
nope.
The game ended. This man threw his helmet down
Yeah,
and ran into the locker room. Did not shake a single hand. The rest
Yeah.
of the team's out there shaking hands, kissing babies.
I
Yeah.
guarantee you that he was out of the locker room before the team even
Dude.
showed up. I guarantee you he was gone. He just threw his pads off. They're probably in the hallway. He threw his pads off in the hallway and then just quickly stripped down and he left in just his normal pants. And then he left his Under Armour shirt on and just left the stadium. I guarantee he was
Antonio
gone.
ground it. He
Yeah.
Antonio ground it.
He was
just
gone
sat
before
down and
McDaniels
Ubered
made
home.
it into that locker room for sure.
And most of the time, I'll be the first one to say that. I would tell you, you're a player, you're under contract, just play, just make you've agreed to this. If Devontae straight up held them hostage, I would say good on you, buddy.
If
Because
Devontae Adams is
Devontae
triple
should've
teamed on
done.
every play and only has one target, that is still coaching malpractice.
No,
yeah,
what Devontae should have done, Devontae wanted the trade for one reason. He wanted to play with Derek Carr. And if he would have walked in last year and said, if you let him walk, I promise you I'll find a way out of this organization.
He should have put it in
wanted
his
to play with Derek
contract.
Carr. Yeah,
I'll
he
trade
should've.
you Michael
They should've put it in his
Thomas.
contract.
I'll trade you Michael Thomas for Devontae Adams right now.
Dude. No, I'm gonna need more than that.
Straight up
No.
trade.
That's crazy.
No, you'd have to do that with 2 ones. Still worth it if you're the Saints.
Trade.
That's still worth it if you're the
How long
honestly.
could he
If you're the
sign?
Saints, you have a chance to win your division. Like
No,
Michael
he signed
Thomas,
for four or
even
5
a
years.
1 and a 3 maybe.
Yeah,
It's
I would.
worth
I
it.
honestly would do that
Because
Michael
the NFC
Thomas
South
from
is so bad that it's let's do
a
this.
second and a third in Michael Thomas.
No,
for
you got to
Devontae.
get a first. If you're getting Devontae, it's a first.
I would still do that honestly.
5
I would.
years. He's under contract for 5 years.
He's gone.
Oh,
$140
Yeah,
million dollars.
he won't. He won't play past this season at the Raiders.
He gone.
And I don't blame him. Most of the
But
time, I'm
I will say this:
Oh, I
You
know.
sign a
Devontae's
contract, play for your contract. No, if I'm Devontae Adams, I'm saying,
He's
buddy,
not. He is playing though. They're not doing anything with him.
I will say his
No, I
contract
know,
is so big
but-
though that he's never going to get traded to a good team.
No.
Yeah.
No one can afford his contract.
he'd have to restructure.
He'll probably go to the Bears.
What does it take to restructure a contract like that in a
Somebody
sign?
that's
There's-
paying
there's
cash.
No
Paying
way.
cash.
And no team can afford it.
The Broncos. They can. They suck. So
No,
I
because
just-
their money's redistributed too.
Yeah, but the Waltons got that money.
but I was gonna say if you pay straight cash, you don't have that doesn't hit
Signing bonus.
your salary cap.
I don't think the Waltons are ready to take
No,
that
because they already
big
paid
of a.
Russell
That's
too
a
much. And they
that's a big because a signing bonus is due at one time.
yeah.
It is. Here is $40 million, which is a lot.
Could you imagine that?
I mean, that's what it would have to take. You would have to give a wide receiver who is old. I mean, Devontae
Yeah.
Adams is not, he's no spring chicken. That's like, hey, I got to convert your, I mean, what does Devontae make a year?
30
lot.
million?
Well, he reset the wide receiver market and then Tyreek beat it, correct?
I think
Correct.
it's like 25, 30 million, isn't it?
It's 140 over 5. So
140 over
5 year,
5.
140 million deal.
I mean, that's what, 28?
28, somewhere in there.
I mean, so if you got
28.
4 years left, depending on what you want to.
66 guaranteed. 66 guaranteed.
Oh, I mean, that's a big old signing bonus you got to pay at one time. The Waltons aren't doing that. No one can afford him. That's his problem. He's stuck.
Yeah, he's toast.
So now,
I feel
now,
I honestly
he
feel
is
bad for
also
him. I
he is
feel
also
bad for him.
set for life.
Yes, but I still feel bad
Yeah.
for him as far as accolades in the NFL goes.
I don't because
Also,
the
I
Raiders
have-
can
I
suck
have-
it. So
Fuck off. I also have many. I'll stab you with the pen.
yeah, it's fair.
But I have many questions on why Jimmy G is still playing.
He
Like,
sucks.
Give
we
me
were
Aiden.
told-
Give me
we were-
Aiden.
We were totally cool with not letting Derek Carr play last year. Jimmy G's obvious. He only signed a 1-year deal.
It's
It's
your
obviously
coach
not
has
going to work.
your coach has a infatuation and what's the word?
He is a boner.
Yeah. Yes, for
I mean,
Jimmy
he's a
G.
good-looking feller.
No, Josh
Yeah.
McDaniels, when you look at him on the sideline, he looks like he has no clue what's
He
going
has
on.
no idea. He's an idiot. I'm so over it. Fire him.
Slightly less though than Mike McCarthy.
No.
Every time the camera pans to Mike McCarthy, it's just like, oh, what fan did they
It's
bring
him,
out of his
them doing
hands?
Ron
So
Rivera
Fire him,
sitting up at the top.
and I need Connor to be my
Looking at
head coach next year.
Connor who?
Yeah,
Oh, Connor Stallions.
Got
Hey,
a
that's
bad
where I'm
fixture
at.
for the
Like,
Raiders.
At least I know then Connor will try to cheat to win.
Okay, but
Okay,
hey,
this is
if you start filming stuff, we that has been proven that you're gonna get effed.
this is a serious question. Does Josh McDaniel know that he is never getting a coaching job again after this? A head coaching job.
I bet he does. If Frank
Yeah.
Reich can get another head coaching job, I bet Josh McDaniels, boy wonder, can.
Yeah, but these Belichick guys don't seem to get to. Where's Matt Patricia at these days? These Belichick guys don't get too many.
See, but Matt Patricia,
I think he's a
defensive guy.
consultant for Alabama or something at this rate.
The key right now is to be an offensive guru.
Which is funny because how many of those guys win Super Bowls besides?
Josh McDaniels is
McVay.
not an offensive
That's true.
guru. He's an
Andy
offensive
Reid
guru.
twice.
I was gonna say Andy Reid, but
But Andy Reid is an old school
yeah,
offensive
he's
guru.
been doing it for years. He's been doing this
We're
for
gonna
30
see if your boy Mike McDaniel can get it done.
We'll see this weekend.
No. The Dolphins will curb stomp the Chiefs.
It's in Frankfurt.
It's in
Who
Germany, though.
cares?
Although
Yeah,
I will
who
say
cares?
that the Dolphins are already there, whereas the Chiefs have not left yet, so that's a problem.
Do they put Hitler on the big screen in Frankfurt, or do they
No,
stay
even
away
in
from
Germany, they
that?
know better than that.
Germany is the only place on earth you cannot put Hitler on the big screen.
No, but I bet they want to. All right, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons.
Illegal. It's actually illegal.
Hey, watch out! Atlanta's
probably.
in the division because they put Heineke in finally.
Okay, why
Okay,
does Bijan
so
not
now
get
the
the
point.
ball all the time?
Yeah, we gotta.
Arthur Smith last week he touched the ball one time, I believe, but they said he was sick.
He had a
This
migraine.
week, he didn't touch the
He had a
ball a lot.
migraine, but he wasn't on the he wasn't on the injury report, so everyone was pissed off about it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this week.
He got 11
Give
touches
the
this week,
man-
I think.
Give the man some Yosfintex. Yaspintex or
The
whatever.
they were playing from behind the entire game too.
I mean, but my point is, like, Arthur Smith, how have you not realized that, hey, when Heineke played, your offense looked way better?
They still haven't said that Heineke's playing this week.
He loves Ritter for some reason. I don't
Ritter
get it.
sucks. Ritter absolutely sucks.
Ritter is the stupidest player in the NFL. He has 0 IQ.
You can't
He
hold the
is-
ball 3 times on the 1 yard line.
He is dumber as a quarterback than Josh McDaniel is as a coach.
He's terrible. Heineke goes in and like immediately like everything changes.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Drake London's getting the ball. Kyle Pitts even had like 2 receptions.
Yeah, Kyle Pitt's starting to get catches. It's crazy.
He's not running
Also,
wide open.
did I read this wrong? Did the Falcons run a trick play where
Yes.
tight end number 2 tried to throw
Yes.
it to tight end number 3
Yeah.
while Kyle Pitts was a blocker?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Like,
stupid.
everyone should be fired immediately. Just like, you're all gone.
Was that on a 4th down? Was that on
It was on 4th down.
When Kyle Pitts
In the
got
red zone,
drafted-
I think, also.
Yes, it was. And Kyle Pitts got drafted. They were talking about how this guy is a
The next Travis
generational
Kelce.
player. Yeah, and
But,
they have,
but he's never had a quarterback.
well, but no, I'm not blaming him. I'm saying even if he doesn't have a quarterback, they don't. Arthur Smith doesn't use him correctly. You're
No,
No,
blocking.
there's been so many times Kyle Pitts is literally running wide open, and he's just running. Nobody near him, and nobody throws him the ball.
I am starting to think that Kyle Pitts is the problem. Not football-wise. I think that he makes his quarterbacks hate him so
Yeah.
much.
True.
I think he must have to have the worst personality
That
to
might be
where
true.
no one is willing to throw him a football.
There are many times. Unfortunately, the Falcons are the only team I can watch half the time. He is running wide open. Wide open, and they just don't throw him the ball. I think Arthur Smith is a good coach. He's just stuck on Desmond Ritter for some reason. I don't know why.
I love his mustache.
And you
I
see
would love
so
his mustache a lot
so
more if he would win
plays.
easy football games.
they're still going to win the division. I swear.
No,
for
Saints
sure.
are gonna win that division.
Well,
If
speaking
Heineke
of,
plays, if Heineke plays,
if Heineke plays, it won't even be close.
that defense is pretty dang good.
The
They are.
Saints defense is one of the best in the league.
The Saints defense is average, but sure.
Playing with Derek Carr.
If we would have freaking drafted goddamn Joey Porter Jr., we would have been top 2 defense.
Joey
in the
Porter
league.
Jr. has not done anything all year. You keep talking
That's
about.
because
That's not true. He had a really good pick in the red zone last week.
That's
but
because
then
the
other than that, he
Steelers
hasn't
are
been.
wasting his talent. If we would have drafted him, we would have let him eat. But no.
The Saints are the 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, don't come to me with
Sorry,
stats.
10th. Saints are the 10th best defense in the league. Falcons
Is this PFF?
15th. No, points per game. I don't care about any other defensive stat except for points per game.
I would agree with that one.
So the Falcons.
That's
are
the
literally
only
leading the
defensive
division.
stat that matters.
That's a fact.
Same with offensive stats. The only offensive stat I care about is points per game.
Dang, the Bucks actually have.
They
really
do,
good
but their
defense.
offense is terrible against really
Terrible.
good defenses.
But honestly, the Saints should win.
Bucks are a great under
The
team.
Saints should
Great under team.
win that division.
No, I'm rooting for the
And-
Panthers.
It shouldn't even be, but the problem is it shouldn't even be close. The Saints really should run away with that division, and we're not going to. It is.
I
what it is.
disagree. I think that if the Falcons played Heineke from the beginning, I think that the talent level on the Saints and the Falcons is very equal.
I think they'd be 6-2 right now if they played Heineke from the beginning.
Because Heineke is. I think Heineke is the 22nd best quarterback in the NFL, and he's not starting, which is insane.
Heineke is in the Ryan Fitzpatrick category, which is unfortunate for him, where he's never gonna get he's never gonna get a team to stand behind him and just let him play without fear of being benched every 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah, but Fitzpatrick was always a starter. He just got benched after he had that game where he had 5 turnovers.
yeah.
The thing with Heineke though is he's going to at least make something happen. Ritter, You're going to also get a couple interceptions here and there. Ritter throws the interceptions and doesn't make anything happen.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
he
it's like the Titans with Malik Willis and Will Levis. Will Levis is going to play much better quarterback, but yes, he's going to have some games where he's going to suck. But Malik is going to be guaranteed to suck every game.
Yes.
Desmond Ritter has not had a good game in the NFL once.
No.
No.
He's never even in college. No, that's not true. That was somebody else.
No, it doesn't
I think
count.
that
He
was
played
Will
for
Levis.
freaking Cincinnati. It was stupid.
Even in college.
So hey, while we're talking about the Saints, do we think the Saints offense is actually back, or is this a false positive?
Next week they'll put up 7 points again.
All right.
No, I think that Johnny, I'm sorry. I think Derek Carr sucks at football.
He doesn't, but that's fine. He doesn't suck at football. Is he great? Probably
I
not, but he
still,
doesn't
I
suck.
still don't want to play Taysom Hill as my quarterback, but
I'll trade you Jimmy G for Derek Carr. Straight up.
no, heck no. Heck, I would rather jump off.
All right, well, I'm
Golden Gate
happy.
Bridge head first.
I'm happy that we decided that Derek Carr is better at football than Jimmy G.
Yeah,
He
but
is.
I know you. I also don't want to put Taysom Hill at quarterback because I don't want to pay him $40
Just
million.
put him at quarterback. Just put him at quarterback.
Actually,
cap,
at this
cap
rate,
actually doesn't matter.
at this rate in the season, I think we probably could put him at quarterback and not pay him the $40 million
Possible.
because we're over halfway through almost. Yeah, we are.
You
over
are at
half-
exactly halfway through.
So we could put him at quarterback and not pay him the $40 million.
There you go.
I mean,
I honestly don't think I think that Derek Carr is significantly better than Taysom.
no,
Hill.
I do too. I do too, but I just think Taysom gives you a with the team that we have. Now Alvin is starting to come on, but with the team we have, it's kind of nice to have the like.
But if Taysom does that every play, you're not doing anything all year.
No.
Hey,
I agree.
Great news for the Saints. Their next 2 games are against the Bears and Vikings. So
Yeah, we're winning those 2 games.
all right. Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm on ESPN right now looking at Saints things. Is this a typo, or do I just not know something about Alvin Kamara? The headline: Saints Alvin Kamara pulls away from the African pack and win versus Colts.
What the hell
To
does that
which-
mean?
The first sentence says Alvin Kamara once again stood on top of the tree as the standout African NFL performer in week 8. Do they mean African American? Or
I'm
is
glad
he
they're not-
African?
I'm glad they're
Was
not.
he
we're
born
not
in
racist.
Africa?
Was he born in Africa?
I bet that's
I
what
don't
they're
know.
saying.
No, I don't think so. He's probably born in like St. Louis or something.
Hold on.
Midwest.
He looks like a St. Louis guy, bro. He does look like a St. Louis guy.
That sounds like
gotta-
a really racial.
He was
Nation
born in
League sorry.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh no, he definitely looks like an Atlanta guy.
Whoa, what is that supposed to mean?
I would have guessed Atlanta or St. Louis. If you would have asked me where he was born, I would have said
Seems
Atlanta
like a
or St. Louis.
racially charged article. That's
No.
Go
all I
across
know.
Georgia.
That's hilarious.
I do know that a bunch of teams dropped him. A bunch of people dropped him on fantasy, whatever that means.
The other person that they compared him to is Justin Matabuke. Bouquet, however you say his name, from A&M.
Madubuike.
Matabuke from A&M, who was born in Dallas, Texas.
Might as well freaking compare him to Usain Bolt because they're all black. I mean, if we're on that train, I mean, Lord of mercy, gee whiz.
I don't get what this is. This is some African award.
The next time Dallas Builders does a
Alvin Kamara's mother was born in Liberia.
Oh, golly.
Okay, did y'all know that they did this? ESPN does an African Player of the Week.
I'm
I
not.
did not know that, but it doesn't surprise me.
That
Hey, let
sounds
me ask
you-
stupid as shit.
He's not African.
What if there's a South African punter? Is he up for the award? I guarantee he's not.
No, because he's
He
white.
should be. Mozambique has a lot of white guys running around.
Oh my gosh.
A weird
Oh
thing.
my gosh. Oh my
Austin is
dude.
baffled right
Uh-oh.
now.
No.
Austin is
I found a
baffled.
whole article that I did not know about every week. This is amazing.
Bring
There's an
out the
African
racism.
there's an African moment of the week,
Oh my God.
Who wrote
which
it?
this week was won by Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is also not African. He is African American. However, his grandparents were born in Africa.
Let me ask you this. Can you read the author of these articles? Is it Dominique Foxworth or what's the other guy's name?
Wemby just shot the ball backwards.
And one too. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Is this game close yet?
It's
Yeah.
a 7-point game.
There.
Oh, well, last time I checked, it was a 20-point game, so good for the
Dude,
Spurs.
he's so
No,
talented.
it's
None of these
Leonard
people go-
Leonard Solms is the author.
Yeah, this guy should be fired.
All right, so our new task is we need to write a Irish moment of the week in sports.
Just only white dudes.
Only white dudes. Irish British moment of the week in sports.
This is all next podcast. This is all I'm saying.
All right, stop. We already talked about this. You
I'm
gotta-
gonna be- I'm gonna
we
be-
already
I'm-
talked about the complaints.
I'm gonna be on ESPN if I do that. I mean, I'm just as African as Alvin Kamara if I do
Nah,
that.
bro.
I feel like
Okay, there is only one player that is on this list right now that should have made. Sorry, no, there's a couple. There's a couple players that should have actually. There are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sam Acho.
4 players that are on this list that were actually born in Africa. Number 1, from Atlanta, Arnold Ebikite had a sack. So good for him. He's from Cameroon. Nate
No, he's
Landman.
like legit from Cameroon. He is Cameroon. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was born in Cameroon.
legit. Okay. I mean,
We have Nate Landman, who it doesn't tell me what team he plays for, was born in Zimbabwe, had 8 tackles.
okay.
Isn't he-
Liberian Quiddy Pay.
Nate Landman is white.
Okay, it doesn't matter if he's white. He was born in Africa. He was
He
African
was
born
born
player.
in Harare, Zimbabwe. Atlanta. We love an African guy in Atlanta, apparently.
Quiddy Pay
Old Trixies, they love them Africans.
had 6 tackles. And
Is Quiddy Pay African?
he was born in Liberia. Sorry, no. He was
Where's
born
Liberia?
he was born in Guinea, but he is Liberian. But he's from Africa. Guinea is also in Africa. And then from the Ivory Coast, we had Cater Kohu. For the
He's white.
it's Kohou. I don't know if it's Kohu or Kohau. For the Miami Dolphins, he picked up a pass defended. He had a PBU.
Wait, we're giving him an award for one pass
For
defended?
no. These are just the African-born players that are mentioned on the list. Every other player that's mentioned on the list is not born in Africa. They're just black.
Which they could
That is the most racist shit I've ever heard in my life.
they could be like Jamaican or something, which I guess ultimately
No, sorry. They have family lineage back to. It's either a grandparent or a parent.
Hey, you want me to break some? You want me to give you
For
some?
example, Matabuke, I always forget how he said his name. Matabuke, his parents are Nigerian, but he was born in America.
guarantee you, breaking news. I guarantee you take all of our lineage, you go back, someone has got some African in them at some
No,
point or
I don't.
another.
I'm not. That is.
So I better end up on the Sports Center African God.
No, all right, you took it too far. That is not my point. My point is the fact that this article exists, and my
I know it's
second
not your
point is that all of the awards are given to players that are not born in Africa.
I'm calling out Sports Center because if you take back every person's lineage, we all date back to somewhere in Africa.
have they never
Also-
heard of Pangea? I mean, come on.
Also, I missed it.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that I mean, I know that the Rangers won because they were up 10-0, but that game ended 11-7.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
I turned it off.
We
Oh
missed
yeah,
a
no,
good-
I saw that they came back.
We missed
Yeah,
electric.
they came back a little
ending.
bit. All right. Hey, we got to keep it going. All right, let's bring up the sadness. The Chiefs lost to the Broncos for the first time in 16 games.
That's a fluke.
Yeah, it was the Chiefs played their worst game and could have won that game.
Will they have 5 turnovers?
They had 5 turnovers. It was 24-9, I think,
Patrick
at one
was
point
sick.
in the
Patrick was
fourth.
sick.
I'm not even worried about that. It was 24-9 in the fourth quarter, and the Broncos punted the ball, and Hardman muffed the punt.
Yep.
And literally, as the Broncos were punting at 24-9, I was like, yeah, the Chiefs are going to come win this game. And then he muffed it on the 10-yard line, and then it was like, all right, game is over. Like, I honestly feel the Chiefs moved the ball into the red zone on almost every possession. Like, it was just a fluke game. Mahomes had one bad pick and then one pick while I was at the end of the game, and he was forcing it. So whatever.
Those games, you just destroy the tape and
Yeah, you destroy the tape, you move
Go
on. It could have been a look ahead game as they're going to they're going to Germany to play Miami. I think that also they will lose to Miami and everyone will start to freak out. But
I don't think it's the worst thing to lose that game. I really don't think it's the worst thing. Like, the Chiefs losing every once in a while might be like not a bad thing.
the only bad thing about it, and I was worried about this, there are 2 people that work at my school that are Denver Broncos fans.
Well, yeah, that's not good.
We have beat them 16 consecutive games in a row. That's 8 years. And we have won 2 Super Bowls. And because I am a gracious winner, I have said nothing at school. I have wasted all of my time because the Broncos suck. I'm not going to be that terrible coworker that goes and just like says like, hey, we beat you by 40 and won a Super Bowl. Suck it. Because that would be a terrible coworker. Both of them,
terrible coworker.
both of them came up to me at work on Monday and were like, we got you. And I'm like, shut up. We dominated you that game and we lost. Like, that's just like, you're welcome that we turned the ball
If you
over.
turn the ball over 5 times, you should lose by 30.
Yeah, the Broncos still suck.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
Hey, I'm a terrible coworker because every time the U.S. beats Mexico in soccer, I go back to work and I'm like,
That's
fuck
different.
those!
That is different because those are 2 teams that are on equal playing fields and it's a close game. Like, if someone came and did that, like that's a Bengals fan, like that's fine. But we have beat you 16 times in a row and I have said nothing.
Yeah,
So shut
you're
up, Broncos
you're
fans.
too nice. I'm going, si se puede, si
And
se
not
puede.
only have we won against you for 8 consecutive years, we also won 2 Super Bowls. So just like be quiet. I said nothing because I was trying to be a good coworker.
That's what
You
I
gotta
think people don't be watching sports for real, because if I was in that position, I would walk in with my tail between my legs. I'm like,
Yeah.
we did win, but we're bad, and you've won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's like these they don't get it.
We haven't beat you since Peyton Manning was our quarterback. So,
And the only
Sure.
reason why they won that year is because their defense was amazing.
yeah, Peyton Manning didn't win shit. The Von Miller and,
Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl without being able to throw the ball more than 5 yards.
yeah, the defense won a Super Bowl.
All right, but I'm not panicked about the Chiefs. I will say this.
I'm not.
There is a 1% chance the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They don't have it this year. They don't have the offense for it.
I don't
They just
listen to
need
that.
weapons.
I don't listen to that.
But we don't have weapons. And
No,
the
they're yeah, they
the
needed
trade
to do
deadline
that-
is
the trade
gone.
deadline. Yeah, they need to do that today.
So, like, you can't win Super Bowls anymore with a defense. You got to have at least a competent offense, and we don't have it this year.
I still don't. I don't doubt.
I'll believe it when I
old
see it.
Patty Mahomes.
Oh, you're gonna see it. Wait till
I
the
might.
playoffs.
I might.
Congratulations, Bengals fan. This is gonna be your year. You get your revenge because we're gonna win our division, and the Bengals are not gonna win their division, and we're gonna play each other in the first round, and the Bengals are gonna blow us out.
Hey, the AFC better hope Aaron Rodgers don't come back this
That's
year.
it.
Why? The Jets suck.
You let them weapons get with A-Rod, they might be dangerous.
That's the worst NFL game I've ever seen in my life.
We're gonna talk about it. All right, hey, let's talk about the Cowboys. Let's start off right away. It was a scoregami. Love us a scoregami here on the podcast. Also, so DeMarcus Ware got put in the Cowboys Ring of Honor. Did y'all see that Jerry Jones called him DeMarcus Lawrence?
What?
Fair, there's a lot of DeMarcuses being called.
Jerry Jones he's getting inducted into the Cowboys Hall of Fame, and he called him the wrong name. Oh,
Jerry
I love
Jones
Jerry.
is probably right in the African Player of the Week.
They should have had AI Jerry Jones make the introduction.
Yeah.
AI Jerry Jones would not have messed it up.
Yeah, that was not a good look for old Jerry.
Yeah.
It's not like DeMarcus Ware is some shrub that played on your team.
Nope,
you know?
he was making the Hall of Fame. We are back to this amazing point of the season where Cowboys fans think that they're going to win the Super Bowl. The cycle is complete.
I don't think the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, and I don't know what to make of them.
They'll win one playoff game.
It's one of those things, like one week they look – here's the truth of the matter. They look really good when they get like a bunch of good special teams plays or defensive plays. Yeah. They end up with a non-offensive touchdown. The weeks they don't get that, they look terrible.
They are going to be the top-ranked wild card team out of the NFC because the NFC is that bad. And they're going to play the winner of the NFC South, and they're going to win a playoff game.
Good. I'll watch.
And then they're going to have to. Then they're going to have to go play the Eagles in Philadelphia, and they're going to get curb stomped.
Yeah, I really don't know what to make of them.
Honestly, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see Mike McCarthy in the Super Bowl. Could you imagine the electricity in that?
Oh man, can we get a Brandon Staley, Mike McCarthy Super Bowl?
Yeah, we have to have an alternate feed where we just see the looks on the coaches' faces.
Yeah.
No, you need a Manning cast for that one.
And we'll set an over-under for...
Yeah, give us one of these. Coach, give us one of these.
We'll have an over-under of like 35.5 coaching decisions. All right, hey, there was another team in this game against the Cowboys. It was the Los Angeles Rams.
They're dead.
I think they should have sold the house for picks today in the trade deadline. But they didn't. So there's no point in talking about it. I wrote that script earlier today and the trade deadline's over. So there's no point in talking about it. All right. Time for everyone's favorite segment, the quick hits. We got like 30 seconds on each game. All the way back from Thursday, the Bills beat the Bucks.
Ugly.
Hey, I will say this. It's another week that the Thursday night, the underdog covered again.
The Bills are another team I just don't know what to make of them yet.
The Bills have a big game this Sunday against Cincinnati in Cincinnati.
Kirk Herbstreit, now Michaels need to just quit that.
How Michaels was maybe the most annoyed I've ever heard a person that was watching football.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with Al Michaels. He needs to retire.
He's so annoyed with Thursday night games.
He's done with football. I don't blame him. He's just tired of the bullshit.
While we're on it, can we talk about the fact that they did not flex the Sunday night football game this week with the Jets? What are we doing?
What are we doing, NFL?
Especially after you gave us the Bears-Chargers this week, you couldn't give me a better game?
I thought the whole point of bringing this into a deal was so we could have quality football.
Obviously, you can't flex the Chiefs-Dolphins because they're in Frankfurt.
I thought that was week 10. They didn't flex it.
This is week 10, is it not? Or it's next week. Sorry, next week. Sorry, week 10.
But there's good games on that week.
Next week, you could have put 49ers, Jaguars.
Yeah, we could have had that instead of what are we
Ravens, Browns. Lions, Chargers is even a game that's worth it. Giants, Cowboys, I will take. It's at least a division game. But we get Jets, Raiders.
Yeah, boo.
The NFL hates us. They know they have us like wrapped on their finger.
Yeah.
They hate us.
You know what? They don't have me wrapped around my finger. I will watch the highlights the next morning. Sunday nights, I will watch Succession with my wife because we're behind and we're trying to catch up on Succession.
Freaking Raiders and Jets. You can count me out of that one.
Yep.
I have a little bit of self-respect.
I'll somewhat follow it on Twitter as I watch another television program.
I'll watch the coin toss and then go, all right, I'm out.
I'll watch Carrie Underwood sing, Waiting
Yeah.
all day for Sunday night.
That
No,
woman
that's
has
not even
been
worth it.
killing Sunday night football for how long? 12 years?
I mean, what a great day to just you go record all of them in one Sunday, and then it's just like, all right, well,
Millions.
that's why they're not flexing it because Carrie's already recorded all the songs. They can't flex it.
We
You
got
gotta-
the Jet.
You got to
the
flex that one.
Raiders.
I don't understand. What is the NFL office doing looking at that game being like, yeah, we want to watch that. None of them
Yeah.
want to watch that either.
No, they're just
Um,
out of tune.
Hey, guess what? Week 11, Vikings Broncos.
Oh, goody.
If
They hate
that
it.
doesn't
If
get
they don't
flexed,
get, yeah,
They hate us.
I'm boycotting the NFL if they don't flex that
The
out.
primetime games have been pretty much all terrible.
honestly, there's some rough games that week too. Oh, that's terrible. Week 11 sucks.
I'd rather watch the USFL than the freaking Broncos and
Vikings with no quarterback.
yeah. I'm out.
All right, let's keep it moving. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. No
Yeah.
surprise.
Patriots are dead.
Jalen Ramsey is back. Do we care?
Nah.
I didn't know that we cared so much about Jalen Ramsey.
I honestly don't think he's that good.
Mac Jones threw up a lob to him.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good. I will say this. I did not know the statistic beforehand, but this is going to be big for the future. Tua Tagovailoa is 16-5 against the spread in Miami at home. That's enough to where I'm like, hey, that's a stat that I'm willing to bet on right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good stat.
16-5 is pretty freaking good.
That's pretty good.
Just for those of you who don't like to do some math, that is a 76% chance that he will cover against the spread at home. That's pretty good.
So it's over 50%. I know that.
Yeah. The opposite of this game was the Jets-Giants game, which you've already talked about a little bit.
That was the worst.
That was the worst game we've seen in a while. The Giants had negative passing yards.
Why do they have a quarterback on their team that they literally can't throw the ball?
Which, hey, I'm going to say cheers up to us, gentlemen. All of us had more passing yards than the New York Giants in the NFL this weekend.
They literally have a quarterback that can't throw the ball. That doesn't make
Also, the worst part about that game, the Giants should have won.
sense. They should have.
They had -1 passing yards, and they should have won the football game.
And they paid him $40 million to do it.
No, Daniel Jones didn't play.
Oh, shoot. I forgot. Yeah.
It was Tommy DeVito,
Tommy DeVito.
Tony DeVito, whatever his name is.
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy
Talk about-
DeVito.
That's a New Yorker if I ever heard it.
Which
doesn't
Tommy
throw the
DeVito has
ball.
a tattoo of his initials on him for TD because he's a quarterback.
On my my Italian list next week, he'll be on there.
Yeah.
He can't throw the ball though.
He can't throw the ball. Also,
That's
I think
fine,
we
but he's
gotta
Italian.
put it in the coaching malpractice for how that game ended.
Yeah.
You can't lose that game there. Sorry, Brian Daboll. I think you are a very good head coach, but you can't lose that game with 16 seconds left
He's 16.
or whatever. Yeah, you can't do that.
No time.
All right. Speaking of that, I heard some things today, and I would like to get y'all's opinion. So, hold on. Now I need the actual. The Giants had the ball, 4th down,
Shane, are you asleep?
end of game. 4th down, end of game, where they miss a field goal.
I was listening.
They miss. So there's 28 seconds left when they snap the ball for the field goal. It's a 35-yard field goal. It's a chip shot, right? Obviously, Graham Gano misses because the Giants are trying to lose on purpose. But I heard through some sports media that the Giants, what they should have done was just wasted. So the ball was on the 17-yard line. They should have snapped the ball, ran backwards as far as possible, and then just thrown the ball as high as they could for an incomplete pass to waste more time.
That's happened.
So, would you rather, as a coach, let's say in both scenarios, there's about 22 seconds left as an average. Would you rather be up 6 points with 22 seconds left, or 3 points with 20 seconds left?
6.
Right? I don't get why people were like dogging Dayball for kicking the field goal. It's a chip shot. Your field goal kicker should make a 35-yard field goal.
No one
You
respects
can't
the
count
kickers
them.
these days.
So what they were saying was, if you do the 4th down, run backwards and throw it, then they get the ball on the 17-yard line with like 20-ish seconds left. However, if you kick the field goal and you miss, then they get the ball on the 24-yard line with like 22 seconds left. Which one would you rather do? And I'm like, it's a difference of 7 yards. I would rather have 3 points that makes them make a touchdown.
Yeah, they got to touch.
No,
I heard people like on SportsCenter like hounding him. It's crazy.
No one respects the field goal anymore.
And then your defense at that point, even if you're starting on the 24-yard line with like 20 seconds left and no timeouts, play zone coverage and make the guy have to think about where he's going to throw it.
A lot more leeway.
Like, that's the perfect time to play prevent defense.
Yep.
Is when the team has no timeouts and they're starting on their like 20-yard line with 20 seconds left. Make him hold the ball for like 2 or 3 seconds before he throws it, and then it's like the game's over by that point in time. I don't know.
The thing about a field goal is it takes one crazy play to get into field goal range, and then tie game.
That's what. Yeah, I think he made the right decision. I think Graham Gano should just make a 35-yarder.
Yep.
Cool. All right. The Panthers won a football game.
Yeah. Third day.
Woo. And that's all we got to say about that. Let's talk about the Seahawks. What's the ceiling for the Seahawks this year?
They're going to win the division and lose the first round.
You think they're going to beat the 49ers for the division?
Nah, they'll get a wild card. Maybe. If they win this week, aren't they leading the division? Are they 5-2?
They're already winning the division right now.
Yeah, I think they win the division and lose in the first round.
I mean, if they win the division, that's a huge
I don't
win.
think they win the division. They'll probably get a wild card spot and they'll lose in the first round. I don't trust Gino.
So their division is doing this. Every division is doing this, and it's driving me insane. We talked about it preseason. They play the 49ers 2 times in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know
So
why
that's where it comes down to. Right? The Chiefs just played the Broncos twice in 3 weeks. Every division is doing that, where they've got the teams and they're playing each other twice in 3 weeks, which is the stupidest thing ever. But
it's dumb. Skip serious injury, then out for both games.
yeah, the Niners play the Seahawks twice in 2 weeks, so that's where it's going to be determined who wins that division. But they're going to make the playoffs. Is there any chance they make the NFC Championship game?
No.
Nah.
All right, fair enough. Moving it on. The Ravens beat the Cardinals. Lamar continues to win against the NFC. I think he's 17-1. Speaking of which, the Ravens play the Seahawks this week.
Yeah, we might find something out about the Seahawks.
Or the Ravens. Who knows? That was the most BS backdoor cover of all time, though. It just drove me insane.
The Cardinals are going to do that, though.
The Cardinals before this hadn't even been covering, so that was kind of bogus. And then we already talked about the Chargers and Bears. It was a terrible Sunday night football game. Who cares? All right. We got to move it quick. Here are all the players that got traded. Rasul Douglas went from Green Bay to Buffalo. Good trade, bad trade. What are our thoughts? Good trade. I think it's a great trade.
Good trade for Buffalo.
Yeah, I think great trade for Buffalo. The Packers had to give away Douglas and a fourth for a third-round pick. I think that was a terrible trade by the Packers.
They must
Yeah.
not just want to. They just they don't want to pay him or something.
But why give away a fourth and then just only get a third? I don't know. It's terrible.
Yeah.
That stuff never makes sense to me.
All you gotta
Um,
say about the next thing is Washington traded their whole defensive line.
Well, we're gonna go through all the players real quick from today. Donovan Peoples-Jones went from the Browns to
Yeah, no, I'm
Lions.
just-
That's good for the Lions. I mean, more receivers.
I mean, it's just a for me. He's not good.
Peoples Jones is
He's not
okay.
good.
They just need weapons. They just need people.
He's not even a weapon, in my opinion. Does he have more than 5 catches this year?
Well,
Screw you.
he's been playing with half a quarterback.
Yeah. All right. Chase Young went from the Commanders to the Niners for a third. I think it's a great
I
pickup.
love it if I'm the Niners. I love it.
I think it's a bit risky, but I like the pickup.
They didn't give up a whole lot though, did they?
Just a third.
Third, yeah.
The Jags got offensive line help. They picked up
I
Ezra
like
Cleveland
that.
from Vikings for a sixth.
I like that.
It's like, I don't know, man. If you're getting a lineman for a sixth, how good is that lineman actually going to be?
No, but the Jaguars
They got injury
need the help.
problems.
The Jaguars need the help, so it's worth.
I think
it.
I don't even think he's going to play. I think he's just a backup lineman to just in case someone gets hurt.
Let's go, Wimby.
How are you so far ahead?
The big game,
I saw it too.
the big one from today, Josh
Awesome.
Dobbs from the Cardinals to the Vikings.
So they'll win.
Rocket scientist.
They'll win 3 more games instead of 2 more games.
Yep. And then, yes, Shane mentioned the Commanders getting rid of everyone. Okay, Montez Sweat goes to the Bears. Why are the Bears buyers at the trade deadline?
That made no sense to me. And he's a free
And
agent in the
they-
summer.
They gave up a second-round pick.
He's going to be a free agent anyways.
Go get the ball, Wimby.
I don't get it.
Yeah, why are we not? What are you doing? Give the ball to Wimby.
All right.
That's dunk.
In my opinion, one of the best trades of the day, the Seahawks went out and
Wow.
got Leonard Williams.
Let's
Wait,
go!
Wait.
Let's go! Let's
Wait
go!
How are you this far ahead?
Kevin Durant, what an idiot. What an idiot, Kevin Durant.
All right, I missed it, but I see that the Spurs are winning.
That's the game, baby.
Kevin Durant had to. Literally, we weren't fouling Kevin Durant. All he had to do was dribble out, and he got rid of the ball like a buffoon, and right to who was it?
Yeah, I really
was
like
Vassell. Wasn't it Vassell?
Keldon Johnson just stole the ball.
Tyus Jones and Keldon Johnson. Thank you.
I
Thank you,
really
Keldon.
like this Spurs team. I like this roster.
Dude, I mean, they're going to go 500 at best.
Oh, if we're lucky.
No, they have some young
That's young
talent.
guys.
Correct, but like they don't have enough to like they need another wet. I mean,
Dude, Wimby's got like 9 blocks. It's insane.
Oh, look at KD's mom is sitting there bitching. I hate that woman. I hate
His mom
her.
is yelling. He didn't get fouled though. I thought they called a foul. He did not get fouled ever.
Yo. That was a clean play.
All right. Anyways, that was crazy.
that's fine. We made it through all the things. All right. We're going to wrap it up with our new picks this week. Once again, please take into account for your sports gambling needs that we make these picks on Tuesdays, and this is just a fun thing. You should always be checking lines for college football Saturday morning and for professional football on Sunday morning because there could be injuries. Ooh,
Yeah.
excuse me. There could be B. John Robinson's going to get 0 touches kind of scenarios. So you gotta watch out. But let me tell you, I'm winning 3 games this week. It's a lock. I guarantee my 3 picks all win
Haha.
because the Dolphins are gonna cover against the Chiefs in Frankfurt because
Against the Chiefs.
I have picked against the Chiefs for 4 consecutive weeks, and I think I've covered all 4 weeks. 3 of 4 weeks. The Dolphins went to Germany early. It's just a lock.
Yeah, it's true.
If you're doing the international games, whoever goes first covers. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are only 3-point favorites this weekend. lock against Clemson. Sorry, no. Wait. Whoa. Hold on. Sorry. Also, that opened as Clemson as 3-point favorites, but you're welcome that I changed it to where it's not Notre Dame +3. No. Okay. As of right now, Notre Dame is -3, so I will keep it. Earlier they were 2.5, but you know what? We're now it's fine. But that opened as Clemson -3, which is insane. And I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts -2.5 against the Panthers. The Panthers won their one game. They're not going to be the first team to go 0-17, and now they are going to be dead.
Yep.
All right. They are dead. That's why I'm
They
taking well.
Yep. We almost had a team ride, but once again, Jonathan had to ruin it. Because Jonathan refuses to bet on professional football.
I'm also taking Baltimore -5.5 over Seattle, and I got Kansas State +4 over Texas.
Let's go. I've got Indy -2.5 versus the Panthers.
Great bet.
Then I've got Maryland +9.5 versus the Nittany Lions.
That one's not as great of a bet, but I like it.
And then I'm going to take Alabama -3.
Damn it.
So Shane cut out a lot right there, but he said Bama -3. In case anyone was trying to listen to that, that's what he's taking. All right, Jonathan, what are you taking?
1 minute. I swiped off of the page.
Jonathan went all chalk this week, so
No.
we'll see how this goes.
Hey, you can hate on it, but it works.
It depends on what week you're talking about. Because Vegas was getting crushed, and then all of a sudden Vegas decided every underdog was going to win one weekend because they got the refs involved. But, whatever.
I'm taking Florida Gators -6 against the Arkansas Razorbacks.
You're betting against KJ Jefferson. How could you?
I am. I'm taking Ole Miss -3. I think
it's real sad once Jonathan's betting against A&M. That's all I'm saying. For those who are not,
dude, it's the
who are new to the
Mississippi
podcast,
schools. We can't
I know.
do it.
but you know that Jonathan's in a bad place when he's betting against A&M.
I'm in a really bad place
Mhm.
with all sports right now.
Hey, Kentucky basketball is going to be good.
Hey,
said.
we're gonna be great. Hey, freaking mortgage on them to win the title.
No, don't do that. Calipari
Just
can't
have-
coach in March.
Hey, please,
Calipari can't coach in March.
please keep your mortgage.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
rid of it. Nebraska -3 over Michigan State Spartans.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, geez.
You know what? We should probably just have it locked in that we're always betting against the Nazis of Michigan State every week.
The Nazis.
We are always on team. They're not going to cover. Also, they just suck. Okay. That's going to do
I'm
it
out.
this week, everybody. Good job. Okay. It's really late. So this is a Halloween podcast. It's really late for us, as you noticed by all the yawning and stuff during this episode. But please remember to like and share and subscribe and all of those things.
No disparaging comments.
Yeah, it was pretty clean this week. Maybe one or two things that we could take away, but
Hey,
yeah, it's
Shane,
whatever.
how do you feel about
we'll-
Palestine?
We'll see y'all next week. All right.